Hello and welcome to today's video where we're reviewing the Tonal Home Gym. Now before we get too far into this, I want to let you know what we will be covering, and that includes installation, looks, how well it targets different muscle groups, ease of use, the resistance type and how it feels, the interface and what you get out of it, features and advantages of it being software based, and the motivational aspect of the Tonal and how well it pushes you to want to keep working out or maybe do things you haven't done before. What we will not be covering is the cost. Now, the cost is very important because it is expensive. I am not going to get around that. But I also don't want to take away from a review of the product itself. So I will be creating a dedicated video just talking about the cost and my thoughts about how much it does cost. So if you're interested in that or any of the other Tonal content I do have lined up, because there's plenty, hit that subscribe button so you know when that new content comes out. So let's start off by talking about installation, because this is something that makes people a little bit nervous because they don't know what's involved or how much work it's going to be for them. And let me reassure you by telling you it's a cakewalk. You put your order in online, they send you a template, you have to give them some information about the 2 rooms you're considering putting it in, basic stuff, no big deal. From there, they do all the work. They ship the product to the installer comes to your house with the product. You don't have to prepare for anything, do anything other than the installer date. They come in, they slap the template on the wall, they hook up the Tonal to it, tighten it down, show you how to use it real quick, and they're out. It's very, very simple, very straightforward, and you basically don't have to do anything. So don't worry about that part. It's very easy. So next, let's talk about looks. Because a huge part of the appeal of the Tonal is how well it fits in your house, how it can make any room a home gym, rooms that you would never consider being a home gym before. But the concern by many is that it ends up being an eyesore. But I will tell you, from my opinion and many that I've seen in the Tonal community, is it actually becomes a focal point, a discussion point, something that really looks neat, does not stick out, does not make you think, oh, that really does not belong there. It really flows with most places in many houses. And that's what's really neat about the Tonal. Now, obviously, this is going to depend on your house and whether it works or not, but I will say, in most cases, it actually looks really good, and you can put a home gym, the Tonal, in places you would never consider it before. So it's sharp. Next up is muscle group targeting. So when you look at the Tonal, it just sits there on the wall. It really doesn't look like much. And you start to wonder, can that thing really work out the muscles I need it to? Can I get a full body workout? And it's easy to question because it's just a machine that sits there. It has 2 arms that come out. What can it really do? Well, I can tell you that I am working out as far as a complete workout and targeting all different sorts of muscle groups so much better than I did before with a home gym and free weights. This thing, not only can the arms go so many different directions and you can hook up the different attachments and get so many different types of exercise, because of it being instructor based, they introduce you to things you didn't think of before, and you start doing workouts before, or they don't give you a choice because the program that you selected has you do that, and now you're doing a new workout that you've never considered before. So personally, I can tell you that I'm very happy with the balance of how I'm able to target my whole body, and I feel like this thing is truly capable of giving a full body workout unless you have very specific requirements. This thing is excellent. So now let's talk about ease of use. Now, a lot of people, they get intimidated by gyms or just by workout equipment in general. It can be intimidating. So where does the Tonal fall in the intimidation factor? Well, I can tell you that this thing is stupid easy to learn. I'll talk about the interface, but as far as the machine itself goes and making adjustments or learning exercises, it is very simple. If you've ever used gym equipment where once you get set up for one workout type and then you have to switch to the next, and that's very tricky, there's a lot of levers you have to pull, a lot of adjustments you have to make, that can take away from the workout. If every time you know you have to switch, it's a big deal, you can easily talk yourself out of wanting to work out. The Tonal, as kind of already mentioned, is not like that. When you're ready to switch from one thing to another, even if you're going on the floor, where you're doing some type of arm pull from the floor and now you want to be arms all the way at the top where you're pulling them down sitting on the bench, you can have that set up in seconds. It is so easy and so smooth to go from one workout type to the next. So that is a huge advantage of the Tonal. Now, while the Tonal does seem intimidating at first, one of the great things is you can be an expert in about 5 minutes. After you watch this video or you go through the getting started video of the Tonal when you first turn it on, it teaches you everything you need to know about the movement of these, and you can get into it right away. So that's very nice. And with the Tonal, there's just 3 basic adjustments you have to learn. This lever right here is what allows the arm to go up and down. So you just pull it out, you let go, and it will click into place. It's as simple as that. So up and down wherever you want it. And again, as you follow the videos, it will show you what you need to do or what position you need to put in. From there, there's this button right here. This allows the arm to swing side to side, and it will click into place as well. So you're not gonna be able to just mess up or put in the wrong spot. It will click. You'll feel it go into where it needs to go. And from there, there's a lever on the side that allows it to go up and down. You just hold it, and as soon as you let go, you keep moving it until it clicks into the appropriate spot, because there are settings throughout this. On all these different positions, there are settings where it clicks into place. So you just make sure it's secured at the end and it's ready to go. Once you get the arm in place, you connect your accessory through this T-lock adapter, which is what every accessory uses. So connecting is the same no matter what type of accessory you're using. So once you learn that, you're good to go. But basically, you just stick it in there, you push it a little bit, you do a 90-degree turn, it's locked in place, and it's that simple, and you're ready to lift. And something worth noting, you can turn the weight on and off. From the Tonal, if you just click where the weight is displayed, that will turn it on and off. In addition to that, the smart accessories have buttons that you can press that will also turn the weight on and off. So you can get in position, turn the weight on, do your workout, and then turn it back off, and then release them back to their positions. So it's very easy to kind of do that. The only exception is the ropes. Those don't have a button on them that you can push. So if you do that, you just have to tap the screen or tap the button on one of your accessories, but very easy to turn the weights on and off. On to resistance type, feel, and limits. So one of the major concerns that I see out there before people buy the Tonal, and they ask all the time, is, does this feel like a Bowflex? And what they mean by that is, if you've ever used a Bowflex, they use those resistance rods and they stick out, you hook up to them, depending on what kind of resistance weight you want. And then as you work out, it bends those down. And that's the resistance. But what that results in is, as you're working out and say you're pushing, you end up with this wobble effect where their arms are just shaking trying to push the weight. And it's not consistent, it's not fluid, it doesn't feel that great. I had a Bowflex way back in the day, and it's very great for certain uses. So I'm not slamming it. I'm just saying that feel when you want to do like heavier weights or certain motions, that jitteriness just isn't great. And I can tell you that this Tonal is nothing like that. I'd say the resistance is more like if you've ever went to a gym and say you did the curl machine where you get to select it has the rack weight system inside, you pull the pin out, you put the weight in, and you get that nice fluid resistance. It's not necessarily like a free weight, it's more of a consistent, the weight is always there, feels really strong the whole way through. That's what you get. And I love it. Personally, I figured it'd be like somewhat of a compromise when I bought the Tonal. I figured I'd be like, okay, that's cool, it's not as gray as it could be. I like free weights a little better. But to be perfectly honest with you, I love the resistance on this thing. I have no complaints, and that was going to be my biggest area of concern. So if that is your area of concern, I'd say you're probably going to be pretty happy with it. And now as far as the limit goes, they say that the limit is 200 pounds. And if you look on here, the highest you can go when you select the dial is 200 pounds. I will say, my guess, and I could be wrong, is that it's probably a little more than that. And the reason I say that is if I'm doing a workout and say it's a workout that requires 25 pounds of resistance, 25 pounds feels more like 30 or 35. So when you get to 200, is that more like 230, 240, 250? Maybe. I don't know, but my guess is it's a little bit higher than 200. So you got to decide on if that's a number that works for you based on what you do. But for the mass majority of people, I think the 200-pound limit is going to be more than enough to get them a complete body exercise. So one of my favorite things about the Tonal and its interface and the instructors is that it will take somebody that never really wanted to go to the gym, that always seemed too daunting or too overwhelming. When they looked at all the machines, they just didn't know how to use them, didn't know where to start, just couldn't get into it, just didn't feel safe in that environment. This will take you and show you how to set up the machine, how to do the workout, and before you know it, you're doing exercises that you never thought you'd be able to because it guides you through it. It teaches you exactly what you need to know, and over time you learn how to do all these different exercises. And if you ever do something that's new, it shows you how to do it. If you want to just do a one-off and just select a certain workout, you can have a demo come up right on the corner and show you, here's what you need to do, here's how you set up, here's how you do the workout. So it is going to guide anybody through doing the workout, and that's where the programs are very neat. When you select a program, because there are multiple ways to do workouts on this machine, but when you do a program and it says, hey, this is a 3-week course, and you do it over those 3 weeks, well, it's going to keep introducing you to new workouts. And they're going to show you how to set those up and how to do them. So you just keep learning. You are constantly learning with this thing. You're constantly engaging new muscles, and you're constantly getting stronger in ways that you wouldn't have before because you're just doing things that you would have never done before. But let's say you're thinking, I know those courses are cool and the instructor guided things are all neat and all that, but I know my way around a gym and I'd like to just do my own workout sometimes. Well, you can. With this, you can go into an ad hoc mode where you just select the workouts you want. You can filter them down. You can say, show me core, show me lower body, show biceps only, and it will say here are the workouts that apply to that. You select it, you pop it up on the screen, you start doing it. If you don't know how to do it, you can hit a little demo button. It will show you exactly how to set up and how to do the workout. You can do exactly what you want when you want. When you're done, there's a button for next exercise type. You hit that, you select your new one, and you keep moving. It is very simple, very streamlined, and just very, very easy to get a custom workout if you want. Now let's talk about some of the features you get with the Tonal and the advantages of it being software based. Now I'm not going to be able to cover everything, so there'll be future videos that keep getting more into the weeds and talk about specifics. But being that this is software, it's always changing, it's always adapting, and new features are going to be made available. So that is one of the really neat things about this. But specifically, one of the things that I love that this makes available is called spotter mode. Now, if you're at home and let's say you're doing bench presses and you want to push yourself and you put enough weight on there that you want to get 8 reps out, you really want to push yourself and you've got 5 out but your arms are starting to get weak, you're getting a little nervous, like am I going to be able to push that up? It might not be safe if I keep going, but I want to push those reps out. But you can't depending on what situation you have. It might not be safe. Well, with the Tonal, spotter mode will recognize when you start to fatigue. So as an example, let's say you're doing bench presses and you have it set at 100 pounds and you start to struggle. Well, it will pull it back to 80. And you get that rep out, but maybe now you're even more tired. The next rep, you still can't do it at 80. It'll pull it down to 70. It will keep making those adjustments to help you just eke out every bit of strength you got and really maximize the effects on your muscles to build as much strength as possible. So that feature is really neat because it allows you just to push yourself and really just try to get to new levels while you don't have to worry about being in danger a bit. On top of that, there's modes like chains or resistance, which changes the resistance throughout the motion. So let's say you're doing a bicep curl and on the way down, you don't want it just to be that same resistance where you just drop it and you start up, so you're only really getting the true resistance on the upwards of the motion. You want on the downwards or the release to have a lot of resistance as well that you have to fight, so the whole range of motion is challenging you, again, making you stronger, helping you increase size, whatever your goals are. And so you can turn these modes on that will do that, so when you start to release, you'll see on there the resistance kicks up a notch, and then when it gets to the bottom and you're starting to work your way back up, it'll go back to the preset amount, and it will do that through the whole workout, so you're being challenged more, and it is really neat. So again, you can't get that if you just have a rack system, but when you have something that's software based like this, you have cool features that help kind of take it to the next level for you, and I love those features. On top of that, it's always challenging you to get better. So let's say you're doing 4 sets of some workout and you have it at 25 pounds and you've done 2 reps and it knows you've done these before and you've been able to get through it just fine. It's going to say, hey, I know you can do more. This next rep, without you making a change, I'm going to kick it up to 26 pounds. And so it's always challenging you to get stronger, not letting you just get comfortable with where you're at. On top of that, it has the ability to make micro adjustments. So if you're at the gym, let's say you're doing curls and you just have the bar there with the weights on the end, and the smallest weights they have are 2.5 pounds. You put one of those on each side, you have to make a 5-pound jump. And it might just be too big of a jump that it just makes it so you can't really work out the new weight well, but the old weight's not where you want to be. Well, with this, you can make 1-pound changes. So you can slowly work up your strength without having to just take that 5-pound jump. Because it's kind of gently always just persuading you to get a little bit stronger and push yourself a little bit more. And that's what you want when you're lifting weights or working out like this. And because it is software based, it's constantly changing. It's constantly improving. The other day I went to show a family member it for the first time. And I went to a screen and went, oh, this is completely different. And I didn't know how to show them things. Yeah, I had to learn it, which is neat. Yeah, it changes and you have to get used to new things. But the new screen was so much better. It had so much more functionality, has so many more features. The layout was way better. Everything had improved. It's kind of like a Tesla in a way. You know, you hear the Tesla stories where the car suddenly has 10 miles more range, or it brakes better, or the car got better. Even though you didn't spend any more money, you just got a car with better specs. Well, this kind of does that too. A software update comes down and suddenly you have an improved product, even though you didn't spend any more money, you didn't go buy a new product. So that is just cool how it can constantly be changing and improving, and you get more out of the solution you bought. So let's wrap this up with the motivational aspect of the Tonal. Now, when it comes to a lot of these new connected workout options, one of my favorite things is how they motivate you. In the old days, you bought a weight system or a treadmill. It was you and you did whatever you did. But now you have instructors, you have different other motivational aspects, and the Tonal is no exception. One example includes your strength score. So what this means is after your workout's finished, it will sync and you can put an app on your phone, and that sync will give it information and it will update a strength score. And this number will raise or lower based on the workouts you're doing, how hard you're pushing yourself, how often you're working out, and other factors. And it's neat to track this and try to see how high you can get that number. I know it sounds simple, but it is cool because it also breaks down and it shows you upper body, core, and lower body. So you're always constantly able to see where you're at, where you can improve, and challenge yourself to try to increase that number. And it does help you push that much harder when you're working out because you want to see that number increase. In addition to that, there's a total volume category. So as you do a motion on the tonal, and let's say you're doing 50 pounds resistance, well, every time you lift that, you get 50 pounds of credit. And over time, you build up volume, total workouts, total amount lifted. And it's neat to see how far you can go with that and how much you can lift and kind of keep increasing that number over time and see month over month how much more or less you're doing and pushing yourself harder. There are also streaks. And these are motivational just because you don't want to break them. You know you've got a streak going for however long. And if you miss a workout, you might lose that streak. And you're going to go work out even though everything in you said, I don't want to right now. And again, that's what you want out of these machines. You want to push you to work out harder, to actually work out when you're ready to talk yourself out of it. And Tonal has a lot of things built into it that helps you want to keep coming back. So I have my notes I've been following. So I make sure I discuss everything I wanted to bring up. But something I didn't even write down that I really should have is just how fun this machine is. A lot of times working out isn't necessarily fun, unless you just love that kind of activity. And the Tonal has a way of making exercise or lifting fun. And that's motivational in itself. And just makes you want to come back and keep using it because you actually enjoy it. It's kind of like that window when you say, oh, I could go work out right now. Normally, a lot of times there are a lot of people, and I myself included, kind of go, no, I don't want to. I don't want to. I know I need to. I don't want to. With the Tonal, it's kind of like, yeah, I want to. You want to go do it. It's fun. You feel good doing it. You feel good when you're done. And it's just exciting. So that is a very big motivational aspect and just a reason that the Tonal is great. So if this video has helped you out, tap that like button. It helps me out and I really appreciate it. Also, as previously mentioned, I have a lot of Tonal content coming, a lot of things that I want to talk about and getting into the specifics of the Tonal. So hit that subscribe button so you know when those videos come out. But until next time, here's to a healthier you and have a good one.